Story 1. So this will be a long one. Side note, none of this is justification. What I did was wrong in the worst way. Just want to explain the whole story so I can hopefully get some guidance. I met my husband 14 years ago. We started off pretty toxic. We have has our ups and downs and dealt with my husband's hooch dependence. We both grew in one thing: no matter the chaos, we loved each other deeply. 6 years ago, his only parent, who he had a difficult relationship with, passed away very suddenly and he went off the deep end. He became extremely mean. He would say the most awful things. I swallowed it and just gave him understanding and just moved through it. Until 2 years after her passing, we were at all-inclusive resort and he exploded after drinking all day. He missed his sister's wedding and then proceeded to emotionally mistreat me for 6 hours while our young daughter was also in the room. This broke me. I grew up with an oppressive dependent of a father and my husband knew this. When we came back from the trip, he had a lot of remorse. I didn't know if I wanted to be with him anymore, and then 2 weeks later I found out I was pregnant. The pregnancy was hell. I almost passed away, so did the baby. At this point, the lack in care for me and lack of love for me showed. Now I will say the hospital I was in during my pregnancy was where his parent passed away, but I had gotten news one day that me or the baby may not make it through. I was terrified and devastated. I asked him to please come to me. I needed someone and he said no, he had to work the next day, and yes, I will admit it was about 10:30 p.m. That broke me another way. Then I had the baby, and he was so checked out by then I didn't know what to do. At this point we were living at my mom's house because she needed help. He said he needed to move, that he wasn't happy. I said okay, and we moved within 2 weeks of his request. I was nervous because he has been so all over the place. I was scared of being isolated in a home where I was constantly being destroyed. After Mexico, I told him he needed help because of the baby and my complications or whatever else. He didn't. He waited a full year before he started. Since our trip, there's been a few moments of that nasty side to him. So I slowly was getting more depressed. Then 6 months ago my mood dipped even more. 4 months ago I went into a store and the guy working there checked me out the minute I walked in. He is literally nothing I would ever want in a man. Nothing about him is what I like, but he gave me a feeling that I haven't felt in a long time. He also made everything feel light. None of this is okay. I should have stopped here and told my husband things were bad, that I was tempted. But I didn't. Instead I made a fake FB, found him on there, reached out, got his number and started talking to him. We were together physically 6 times altogether, had one meal together, had one night of making out, and then one night where we had sex. This was over the period of 3 months. Unfortunately for me, I didn't pull my head out of my quick enough. I did nothing to stop it or come clean with my husband. Unfortunately, the store I met him at is right by our house and my husband has met him. Also, he's noticed my shift in my moods and I kind of started sharing how unhappy I have been, but not fully. But that made him feel awful and stressed that he broke our marriage. Meanwhile, I'm breaking all my vows. I know I'm a monster. I know. I am a piece of crap. 4 days ago he caught me. I left my phone home and he found the texts of me making plans with him that night. I planned to stop it and just kept going. I have always been the first to say cheating is never okay, that you should leave before doing that to another person. Now my husband is rightfully distraught. I haven't eaten since Friday when he found out. I can't stop crying. I feel horrible. I have been numb, I feel like, for about 4 months. When he first confronted me, his rage terrified me and he became unhinged, rightfully so. I got scared and just was in panic mode. The next day I decided no more. I'm going to tell him everything, that I owed him honesty, and if I had any chance to fix this I needed to put it all aside and be open. I am looking for therapist for myself now so that I can fix what's broken in me so I never hurt him this way again. The collateral damage is huge. I am looking for marriage counselors if he will be willing to go with me. He finally stopped screaming and calling me names last night. Said he still loves me, but he doesn't know if he will ever be able to forgive me. I guess my question is, what can I do? What are other steps I can take to do what needs to be done? I told him if he decides to leave me I won't fight him, that I won't fight custody, nothing. I will not cause this man any more pain. TLDR, I cheated on my husband for 3 months after years of a difficult marriage. Can I ask you a question? Honesty, did you love your husband and want to continue marriage? Because what I seen in the post are you both had some type of issues within yourself. Your cheating and his emotional mistreatment. And it's killing your relationship. My suggestions: you both need some serious and intensive IC and MC and need to find out the problem and find solution for that problem, because in middle your kids are struggling. I do. He saved me when I was in the darkest part of my life. We both struggled, and yes, it was toxic, but we grew out of a lot of our issues together. Obviously we still have many still. I already booked a therapy appointment today. I never want to ever give into this darkness inside me ever again and cause anyone the pain I've caused him, and I need to learn how to love forward so we can be healthy. I do not want my old marriage back. I want it that if we try again and he wants to try again, that we do better for real, not just band-aid solutions. Your escalation to the nuclear option may or may not be recoverable. Can you fix this? No. What you may do is be patient with him and see if he can emotionally recover from this. If he cannot, you need to let him go. Once the nuke goes off, there is no putting it back in the silo. I understand, I most definitely did. Our house was on fire, but I threw gasoline right on top. I just don't know what to do, and I'm hoping there's things I can do way to handle certain things. Any tips on what I can do to help him and not make things worse? I'm assuming you told AP to never contact you again. Also, if it's okay to ask, could give us an update. I lied to him too, so I came clean and haven't spoken to him since. My husband told me to not block his number because he wants to see if he messages again. Today has been best of all the days so far, but still awful. He finally hugged me without cringing. He stopped screaming at me. He has stopped calling me names. His anger is still there, but it's more controlled. He kicked me out Saturday but asked me back last night because he wanted to see if he can handle being around me. Which he has. Not sleeping together. He is asking questions and I'm answering right away. If he wants to talk, I will talk. I am living it, yes. Basically whatever he wants he'll do. Things are very up and down. I am very depressed. I don't want to live anymore. But I don't deserve to get that escape. I will live every miserable moment with this regret and pain because I deserve a lifetime of pain for what I've done. If there weren't children involved, I say skip therapy. What you are asking is impossible. The toxicity you described in your marriage most couldn't bear, but with children you have to try. Dependent people like drunkard are normally oppressive because they don't want the people they love to see them spiral to the depths of despair. So the first hurdle after he calms down is to keep him of the bottle. Have you cut the AP totally out of your life? This doesn't seem like a situation where he will easily let you go. How many grocery stores workers get lucky with an older woman? Personally, I would talk to your husband to see if he is emotionally stable enough to come see you end that relationship. I would probably need to hear you say to AP, indulging in the affair was your bad decisions. If there's a way to put your family back together, you have to give it your all. The affair was your escape from reality, but in the real world there is no way he could replace your husband, or your children's father. I would then block him in front of your husband, then delete his contact. Not only do you have to delete your fake Facebook account, but you might want to stay off social media until your husband is somewhat able to trust you again. You face an uphill battle to save a marriage that will never be the same. I hope this is a wake-up call for both of you. Marriage is a vulnerable union. You have to protect it. You are not afforded the irresponsibility to check out. Divorce is always on the table, so if you love someone, fight for your relationship and your family. I have cut off AP. I told him I lied to him and that it was done and never to speak to me again, etc. I did it as a voice memo, so I sent the entire message to him that way. Everything that was on my phone in regards to AP was deleted. I offered to remove my socials, but he said it was fine to keep them. I've told him I will if he changes his mind. I am giving him whatever he needs, regardless of the other stuff in our marriage. I will not cause him any more pain. It has definitely shaken me. I didn't think I had such darkness in me that could lie to everyone and cheat and manipulate. I started therapy today and it was a lot, but am working on fixing myself and has agreed to therapy along with marriage counseling. I am hoping at the end of this we will have a new foundation and are better. Show him this post. It might help him by reading these comments. The best way to heal is to be really open in communication. Unfortunately, I think he's so angry he will take it as, oh yeah, blame me when I'm the one who got ducked. Which is what he has said. Worldwide comments of the day. King of the Simps. What a clueless, sad little man. Story 1. She got off on laughing at him with the AP about his love messages. She isn't sorry for anything. He should ghost her forever and never talk to her again. He needs to focus on himself and heal. She's not worth his time or effort in any way. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and relatable Reddit videos.